Next we wanted to do a couple of recipes for you. We're going to start off with one of our family favorites, is a vegetable lasagna. I've got our 2-quart saucepan here. Now you can use your 3-quart saucepan, or your 9-inch skillet also holds 2 quarts. The 3-quart just gives you a little bit more room for vegetables and things. We're going to start off with, we have a 1-pound 10-ounce bottle of pasta sauce. You can use any variety. And what I like, if I'm going to add meat to this, I'll just use the pasta sauce with the little mini meatballs or something. Also, I can steam some hamburger or some Italian sausage and put it in on top of the noodles. So I'm putting about 3/4 of the sauce in the bottom of the pan. I've got an 8-ounce bag of noodles, just dry. I'm going to dump those right in on top. I'm going to press the noodles down in the sauce. I'm going to use the number 4 cone to slice some mushrooms and some squash. Now, if I was going to steam some Italian sausage and put in the meatloaf or in the lasagna here, I would put it right in on top of the noodles here. You can put it anywhere; it doesn't matter. That's just my preference. I'm going to put a few mushrooms in here. This is about 4 ounces of mushrooms. I used about half of an 8-ounce box, so I figure it's about 4 ounces. In that range someplace, give or take a little. So, and then we're going to put a little bit of yellow squash, just a thin layer, right in on top of the mushrooms. All right. Then we have a small box of cottage cheese, and this is 12 ounces of cottage cheese. Spread that right around on top. Just like that. We're going to take the rest of the sauce, put it on top of the cottage cheese. That way everything tastes like pasta sauce. I'm going to grab a spoon. A fork. Spread that out. We're going to go right on top of this with about 4 ounces of mozzarella cheese. I'm going to use the number 2 cone for the cheese. You can always tell the number 2 cone. The number 2 cone and the number 5 cone look kind of similar. The 5 cone smooth on one side. The number 2 cone is bevel on both sides. Take 4 ounces of mozzarella. The way I like to do mozzarella cheese is I hold it like this. That way I can use my fingers back here to pinch the cheese between the cone. And if you throw it in the back of the hopper, you'll have a large piece of cheese kind of feed out the bottom. And this works a whole lot easier. Looks like we won't have enough room for all the food we have here. But the lid actually comes up quite a ways from the top of the pan. Now, one of the things I want to make sure is just to clean the rim off. Get anything that's on that rim off of there, because I want to make sure that the only vapor that comes off of this pan comes out through our little vapor valve. Remember our little vapor valve here? It's going to start clicking when the inside temperature of our pan reaches 187 degrees. So if we've got something holding the lid up, the vapor is going to come out the side and we won't hear the valve click. So just set it on there. You can actually give it a little spin if you want to. Now we're going to set this on the stove. One little tip. The 2-quart pan, the 9-inch skillet, things like that, they're kind of the in-between pans. You can either use them on a big burner or a small burner. I prefer, when I'm doing something like pasta sauce, to use it on the small burner. That way it doesn't tend to caramelize it on the bottom. So we're going to put this on the small burner, put it on medium, which on this electric stove is on 5 here. When our little valve starts clicking, we'll turn it down to low. In about 15 minutes, we'll be ready to eat.